verb. So that I continued attending accounting classes and so forth. That's where I shifted and so forth and so forth. Long story short, I then managed to do institution transfer from COOPS, Kenya Universities and Colleges Central Placement Service Board. My transfer was, since KU I couldn't do that because of so many issues, I had to transfer to MKU. And this is why I choose MKU because of the slabbing of their semester. Since I've lost one academic semester, in government you have to proceed, you do one semester, you proceed to long academic leave. One semester, MKU, you combine. So this is why I joined MKU, because you can combine to recover time. Because my target was by 24. By 24, I must have done with a degree. Because I had a vision that it's not just a degree. Even when I was joining campus, I knew after degree I want to go masters. I don't know how. Degree, master. I go and count my age. At what time I need to start looking for something, for someone. So before I get there, I need to have a master's, so that I may have enough time. I'm still energetic, I'm still young, I can read. God has blessed me with praying. They say I'm a bookworm. I'm not, it's just God favor. I'm not a bookworm as so many people may see. There are those who wake up earlier than I do. There are those who sleep in those books. There are those who stay in the library. But still, wanaanguka hizi vitu, wanapata masupu. I've graduated without anything. The people who read, I can tell you for free, you have, not because they are not bright, they are very bright. They had A's. They have everything it takes. That's a fact. But exam unafanya, inatoka, nothing. Now, when I joined MKU, they welcomed me so well. I went there as Vice Chancellor, realized we established a very good rapport. And then he accepted my request. He was Stanley Waudo. You know him, Professor Stanley Waudo. He accepted me to the university. And then I joined School of Business and Economics, Mount Kenya University. Direct, I looked to the HOD accounting and finance. We sat down. I gave him my plan. I told him this is what I want to do. I requested for advice. He directed me. These are the units. I requested for cost structure. Cost structure is a summary of the units you want to partake, so that I can ascertain whether what I'm going to do in the long run is in line with my aspiration in life. So after seeing financial accounting 1, financial accounting 2, cost accounting, management accounting, auditing, yes, that's what I really wanted to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but this is what I wanted to do. From there, I enrolled to classes, reading. I had energy, because every time I could get to library, every time I could open my book and start to read, remember where I come from, the journey, how it has been. My home, I have a picture of my home. I can picturize my home, how it looks like when I'm here. And when I talk about that, I can get emotional. I'm not saying that we are that poor. We are not that poor. We are rich. But there's something that my mom and dad were not able to achieve that I believe I'll be able to achieve. And if I may not be able to achieve, maybe my sister may be able to achieve. And if she may not be able to achieve, my brother here. And maybe I usually believe that God wants to use us to change the life at home. Yes. So every time I could feel like maybe tired with everything, I just remember that man there is struggling. My mom has hope. I have to make her proud. You get the point? Yes. I have to make her proud. And I can't make her proud if I don't really read. So when I joined Mount Kenya, I met this Nasir and then Abdurauf Ali Salim. They are Muslims, but I'm a Christian. But one thing about us, we don't care whether your religion, yes. We don't care where you come from, we don't care whether you are a Somali, whether you are, what's brought education is a symbol of peace and unity. And I remember that. And that's why we bonded so well, because we had one vision. They had came from Garissa University, transferred to MKU because Garissa insecurity issue and so forth. So they were not comfortable with that, and they had also lost some time. So coming to MKU, we had one goal: crashing this thing, graduating, and everything. And I'm glad to inform you that he'll be graduating with an actual science degree. Wow. He'll be graduating with an accounting degree. And then and that's how I got to MKU. My MKU journey has been very, very tough, very tough, and that's why you realize I've been so emotional at some point. Challenges here and there. You know what people see is behind the scene. Many people don't see the process. Zile vitu tunapitia behind the scene, we can't tell you. We can't even tell our friends. But my friend here will they will understand. Sometimes I could reach him out. He support me. Yes, and that's why we have been family. You don't have to reach to your parent, your dad every time you need something. And that money, the way you refund it, it really opened up my mind that you don't have to be so independent, especially when you are 18 and above. You have to be a man and find your own ways to make money. Don't when you're 18 and above, it's beyond that. So the one thing that I did when I'm on campus, build network. I really built that good network. And I'm telling you for free, I've stepped in places that I never imagined that I could have stepped at my age. I've been at National Treasury, the main building. I never imagined that one day I'd be at National Treasury. So this, my friend Elikana, tulikuwa naye pale attachment. I finished my attachment. I volunteered for attachment, working for free. Kufanya kazi ya chai. Not because that we don't want money. We love money. We have niko na nyumba nafaa nilipe, because you know if it's a point you can't go back and start kusumbua your dad. You have to be a man. You have to find a way of surviving as a man, because campus, it's a process, and being in that university, when you come out of it, when you're still in hostel, you find yourself, you know, that's why you find most of the people who come out of the university from hostel, there's no jobs, kiatu imeisha and so forth. Because as in staying outside the campus, I can encourage you that as much as it's cheap, but if you take your child somehow outside, hata katika fourth year ama third year, second semester, it helped him or her to have a clear vision of how real life is. Na usimpe everything it takes. Mimi sikuwa napewa everything it takes, not because my dad had plenty, hakuwa nayo. So ukitisha elfu moja, hiyo elfu moja ujue you don't know when the other one itatoka. Yes, and ukitisha very soon, hata wenye unajurumia, unaitisha inatoka wapi. So that little you have, utilize. And that's when I learned how to manage my small finances. I can have 50 bob, I know how to manage that as a comrade. The comradeship with me, I think it will serve me for some years, because it has taught me a lot of things: kindness, humility, the basic. You know, those things you won't be taught in campus as a unit. Those are some of the things that the lecturers won't teach you. They won't instill them in you. So I've learned so many things, but one thing I want to talk about is network. I built very strong network. Friends from KU, friends from Strathmore, friends from JPWAT, friends from UON. So those, when they come out, they go out to their respective different places, and that has enabled me to be able to even to get to know what the market is and what I should really expect. So from MKU now, my brother there mentioned that how we met. That there's an exam which we met an exam room. It was accounting for tax. So when we got into an exam room, I didn't know him, but I was a leader. I vied for finance minister, and that's when I became a celeb. You know, most of you don't know, but thank you so much, my dad. He supported me for that. I really had love for finances, and I looked back. I saw MKU when I joined. I saw there's a gap here. I need to create an impact. I need to do something about MKU. I vied for finance minister, even though I didn't succeed, but I became mheshimiwa. You see me, people call me mheshimiwa. Unashindwa online, mbona wanamuita mheshimiwa? And when you meet me out there, you might think I don't talk. I talk, but I only talk when it's necessary. You know, people who don't talk mostly when they only dispense wisdom. So, but I talk. When you meet me out here, you may think that mini moga. That's not the case. Usually now in our finances, you have to be strict. There's no money, even when there is, because due to budget constraints. Yes. So that's how we met with him, accounting for tax. The paper was so easy. And then we supposed to do it in 2 hours. We did it in 1 hour. We left. When the results were out, the expectation were not what we expected. We expected S, but not that. Though we didn't fail, but we didn't get what we really wanted. And that's how I met him, and we became very good friends because he had one goal. He had done business management accounting. He'll be graduating in December. Yes, so that's how we met, and that's why I had to invite him, because we have done so many things a lot. We have a vision, a great vision. My great friend there, Denise Owoko, he has done accounting. He's currently working as an accountant. So we have a very great vision, and this vision is not about being an employee for long. I'm 24 years old, and I want, by the time I'm settling down by 30th, I don't know. I won't put up a timeline, but at least I try my best. I don't put a timeline. I don't know how it's going to happen. We are going to establish an empire. We have, when I was growing up, I wanted to work with the big 4 audit firm. We have KPMG, Ernst & Young. We have PwC, PCW or PwC, Price, yes. And then we have the other one is PwC, then KPMG, Ernst & Young, and Deloitte. So these are the 4 big firms that I really wanted to work, but they are international because I love traveling. I want to be flying to do auditing, international and so forth. But sasa unaangalia how will you get there? But then I realized currently I want to thank God because currently I'm working as an accountant. This is my art director. He's my senior, but I'm so much humbled because he listened to my invitation. Despite being a director in our company, he listened to me and he said that he will be part of this despite his busy schedule. He's my very, very senior person. When I look at the payroll, it was even very difficult to approach, you understand. But thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. I'm so humble. I'm talking about payroll because accountant, we hold a lot of secrets. And that's why we are always humble. You might think that you're the best, you are earning a lot, but when you look at the figures, they will humble you. They will really humble you. Because you think you're getting 50,000, that's, yes, but for ground, there are people who are getting even 250, and that really humbles you. We need to really work hard. When you think that you're getting 250, you look at your director expense, it's at 750,000, it really humbles you. And that's why I developed a mentality that if a director can get 750, then I want to be a director. I can create my own company and become a director. So we are in conversation with my friends who are here accountants, and it may not be immediately, but in the future I look forward to establish an audit company. You have seen sketches in my status and so forth. I keep on doing that just to remind myself that one day I need to own an audit company. And the thing that I need to focus on is accountancy, assurance, that is auditing and assurance, and then advisory. So advisory is on tax advisory, financial advisory, and so forth. And these things I can't do them alone. When we talk about that, I can be a specialist in tax, but Owoko there is a good in auditing. I can be good in auditing. My brother here, accountant, is good in advisory, financial advisory. Then we blend together this brain, and then something happened. And of course, when they are working, we network with, we ensure that Niko hapa, something is okay, I give him a call. Try apply this, I'll talk to the HR. Anapata. Then now we raise capital, and then we start something big. So for partnership, I don't know how long it may take, but we will be seeking wisdom from those who have audit company. I already have 2 of them who have, because I've worked in one of them for free. I have been in Thika. My dad, yeye kazi yake bado kunipea fare. Mimi naingia hata juu na free. I've worked for free, by the way. You look me very nice, smart. This guy Atumomoka, I've been working for free. And there is, guess what? That skills that I've gained from working for free, working for peanuts, zile tu pesa kidogo, hizo ndio zimefanya whom I am. Today I'm a full-fledged accountant. I know everything to run from here to the top. And I want to say thank you so much to my boss in absentia, who's supposed to be here, CPA Violet. He know him. He saw me during the interview, and he believed in me. He believed in me. We were 33. They brought me on board as a trainee. In 3 months, I was confirmed to a permanent employee. I'm now a permanent employee at a private institution. That's very rare for a private institution. When I was growing up, I used to know that permanent mahanga tu zile za public and so forth. So for now, I can say I feel at home working with the great team, Belva Digital Limited, and I have got some 1, 2, 3 goals I need to help them manage. There's some 1, 2, 3 we need to go back to management advice. Since I realize there's a gap in matter taxes, and with the little knowledge I have and the one I've learned in audit, we need to fill that gap. And I believe that in the next maybe 2, 3 years, but if they'll be able to afford me for long term, to afford me by then we can talk about that. But so far, I'm so humble because I happen to get somewhere kujishikilia before graduating. Who does that? Someone believed in my transcript, my professional transcript in their professional status. He looked at them, he saw the grades. They were yes, good, but it's beyond that. Still don't need that. Grades are just to show that you have been in school. But your employer will ask you, what do you need? What are you bringing on board? What impact do you want to create? So that's what made me outstanding out of that 3. So they were not sure. So since they were not sure, they brought me on board as a trainee. So wakona kazi yangu 2 months, 3 months, they have confirmed me. I can't say that they give me something I can be proud of, but as far as I'm concerned, because my vision is so big, and but what literally they're giving me as I work towards tomorrow. I'm so contented with it. I thank God for that. I thank God for the far He has brought me. I didn't know that. I was like, what if I finish, then I don't get a job? They usually get that. They will tell you, oh, enda ujitengenezee kazi, enda self-employment. But I can tell you for free, in a profession like ours, you don't just wake up in the morning and you set an audit company. We will tell you need to be a CPAK, Certified Public Accountant of Kenya. You need to have years of experience. You need to have a portfolio. For you know, it's not a free market where anyone can enter, and there's no free exit and entry in our professionalism. So you have to build a very strong network. You have to interact with the right minds, great minds, future. Then you work together. You raising each other, and there's no better feeling than seeing my brother here rising. We rise together, and that's the spirit that I've adopted. When I'm somewhere, I hear something, the first person I remember, these are people who are close to me, because those people, the same applies to me. If I couldn't have been one of the forums, I couldn't be have that Belva Digital Limited. So networking is the one that met. I didn't know anyone. I didn't know the finance manager. I didn't know anyone. As in connection, nothing. It's just good favor. I didn't know anyone, zero. But through the people I know, try this, and then someone looking at you, believing in you, and seeing a future in you. And someone cannot see a future in you if you can't dispense it. How you talk, how you express yourself, how you package yourself, and so forth. Then you know we are living in a very judgmental society. Our society is so judgmental. Someone will look at you and say, sasa huyu. Like, let me give you an example of this, Abdurrauf. Ukikaona hivyo unaweza dhani just kijana tu hivi. He is very smart. He's an accountant, and you have done so much things with him. As in, there's some people you can look at them and then you despise them with fast eyes by just looking at them, and that yes, first impression, and that's how society is. So, but we have great minds. When you just sit down with someone and then talk to him, try to find out what he's doing and so forth, you'll get surprised. We have great minds out there, and if without humility, kindness, you might not be able to even talk to them, because unaona, and in most cases money is the one that actually makes people feel salary kidogo ushanza and so forth. Yes, so and that way you have spoken about creating an impact. It's not just about me. This degree is not just about Ibrahim. It's our degree. So I want to use the power that I was conferred to read and do all that pertains to accounting degree, not to enrich myself, but to serve humanity, to create an impact, look at the gaps we have in our country, corruption, and put in place measures that can do that. And that's why, in the long run, I look forward to become an auditor. The first step of becoming an auditor, you must be an accountant. Then now from there, if you know how to look at the figures, then you can know how to verify those figures. And that's where we need to come in, create something big. So when I'm talking about the big four, I wanted to work in the big four when I was growing up, when I was doing this thing. But right now I'm saying, I changed my mind. I say I don't want to work in the big four anymore. I want to build my own, so that it can be the fifth big audit firm. They usually say we have four. So we want to change that notion from 4 to 5. And that 5, it may take even a decade. We don't know what the future holds, but we believe that the God will make a way.